Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a video here. It's kind of a little bit of a follow-up from the videos that I did just a few weeks ago. Still been kind of watching a number of your guys' videos, and I've picked up a couple of new things recently and thought it'd be a good time to make a new video. Um, just kind of give you maybe a quick idea what's been going on in my collection lately, or whatever else. I'm kind of going through my second stage of cleansing, if you will. You know, about a year or so ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, I went through my entire collection and pulled out everything that was not in great condition. You know, and I think I pulled out 300 records or something like that. I pulled out a lot, and I sold all that stuff and used that money to buy new stuff and stuff that was in near mint to mint condition. So I've kind of steadily been going through that process because I really want to kind of mint out my collection. Uh, I'm not as concerned about how big or how small my collection is. I could care less about the numbers. It's just more so I just really want to get to the point where my entire collection is stuff that I really, really like and is in really, really great condition. So that's a kind of a ongoing process. So over the course of the past few weeks, I've been kind of going through and I don't have a lot of stuff that's in bad condition, but I decided to kind of go through this time and do a cleansing of just stuff I'm not really listening to, haven't listened to, probably won't, even though it may have something I like on it, just don't see myself spinning it again, that type of thing, and kind of selling it and getting stuff that I think I would spend more. So that's kind of been what I've been doing. So I've been selling a ton of stuff on eBay over the last couple of weeks and using that to purchase new stuff. So I'm going to show you a couple of things here that I've picked up recently. Oh, one other thing kind of going on. There's a local FYE store here in town, which sadly is closing. This will be the second FYE closing I've experienced. Um, I guess there's a restaurant that wanted to buy the property and they offered such a good price that the FYE decided to sell, and the FYE decided they're not going to move the store somewhere else, which really sucks. Because this was probably one of the main places where I didn't buy a lot of vinyl because their vinyl was always so overpriced. It was always 20-30% more than every place else and 50% more sometimes than what was online. It was ridiculous. So I never bought vinyl there. And they had a lot of good stuff because it was overpriced, so it didn't move. That's why. But their CD selection was amazing. I mean, nice mint used CDs at great prices. So it's kind of sad to see them go. But anyway, with them going through that process, it's the whole right now 50% off of everything, new and otherwise. So now all of a sudden, the vinyl and everything is very attractive. And the CDs are twice as attractive. So I picked up a few things throughout the course of that sale, mainly based on stuff that I've been selling on eBay and getting money for. So it's kind of a perfect timing. But anyway, so I'm gonna go through and show you some of the things I picked up, and actually right here I do have the stack of some of the stuff I'm selling right now. So maybe I'll share that at the end in case some of you guys here are interested in some of the stuff I have here, because there's some good stuff in here, some really good stuff in a few pieces. And maybe even through the VC, I might even be more open to trading than necessarily selling, but I'll show you that towards the end. But let me just kind of go through and show you some of the new pickups. Okay, so number one, we have Napalm Death, Scum. Probably my favorite grindcore album. I was so happy to see that they reissued this because it wasn't the easiest thing to find prior. One of the few grindcore records that I really, really like. It's one of the first ones I really discovered when it comes to that genre. But so yeah, it was really nice to see that they reissued that. So very, very good pickup there. Set this here. Now here's another one where that FYE is the sales coming in handy. The Cure, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, 2 LP set, brand new, which was nice. I had a copy of this and I sold it when I was getting rid of my stuff that wasn't all mint. So I've been waiting for quite some time. I just wasn't willing to pay $35 for it. But you cut 50% off of that, I'll give you 17 bucks for it. So really, really good pickup on that. Another one I've wanted for quite some time, Looking for Love, or Looking for Love by Bobby Womack. Great album by one of the soul greats right there. Probably one of my two favorite songs by him, Looking for a Love, and off of his earlier album, I Wish You Didn't Trust Me So Much. My two favorite songs by Bobby Womack, in case any of you aren't familiar with him and want to check him out. I mean, pure soul right there. That guy was awesome. Here's another good one too that I was never willing to pay $34 for, but again, you take it to 17 with a little money in the PayPal account, I'll be happy to pick it up. Billy Idol's Kings and Queens of the Underground. Really, really good album too. I think this came out in 2014, and as most of you probably know, Billy was a huge 80s icon. I mean, I love Billy Idol. Rebel Yell was the first album tape that I bought out of a store. You know, that wasn't just a dub thing that I did. And I think I was in 5th grade when I got that. And I still have that exact copy of that tape to this day. So Billy Idol's Rebel Yell is like one of my all-time 80s albums, all-time albums, period. So the one thing I love about the Kings and Queens of the Underground, 2014, it still very much has that same 80s Billy Idol feel to it. He's still Billy. And songs like Can't Break Me Down and Save Me Now, awesome stuff. So again, glad that was 50% off, because I'm glad to finally get a copy of that. Awesome reissue. I don't know if it's a reissue or an issue, because well, yeah, it says first time on LP. Horoscope by Overkill. So glad to see more and more of the Overkill stuff being pressed on vinyl. Because again, if you ever turn the big four into the big five, Overkill would be the band that I would add to that list. These guys have been just consistent, album after album after album, year after year, heck, decade after decade. So it was nice really seeing the Horoscope here. I really wish they would issue Necroshine on vinyl, because overall that's probably my favorite Overkill album, mainly because it has my favorite song by Overkill out of all of their stuff, which is Stone Cold Jesus. That song gets me so hyped up, it's not even funny. But so yeah, I wish they would reissue that, as well as or issue it. I don't think it's ever been issued on vinyl, but I do wish they would reissue, what's the name of that album, the one that has Feed My Head on it. Okay, I'm going brain dead, but that's an album that I know was released a while ago, and you have to pay $70 to $100 to get a copy now, so a nice reissue of that would be good. But anyway, let's just move along. Also got a copy here of The Church. This is another good pickup too. I don't know, I can't remember if I mentioned in my last video or not. I stumbled across a bunch of Church CDs that were like $3 a piece, and I had only really heard Starfish by them, with the song Under the Milky Way, which of course I loved. And so when I got those other CDs, about 6 of them, and listened to them and discovered that the Church is very, very consistent across their albums. That vibe and that sound that they have, like, it doesn't fluctuate a lot from album to album, which is great, because I love what they do. So when I saw this the other day, I thought, hey, let me check it out. It's only a few bucks anyway. It's in great condition, and sure enough, it's the same Church. So this is a really, really great album too. So that was a great pickup. And then we have the new release by Tycho, which is really cool. This is their, 4th release? 4th or 5th. And I have all their other albums too, and yeah, this is just kind of them still doing their awesome synth pop instrumental type stuff. I wouldn't say this is the top 3 of, maybe definitely not probably the top 3 of their albums, but still definitely very good. And Tycho is one of those bands that when they release something, it's an automatic pickup for me. I was actually kind of excited. I'm sure a lot of people might laugh this one through, but to see they issued Hootie and the Blowfish on vinyl, which was kind of cool. Um, this is a really good album. When I first started collecting CDs, when I first got into collecting CDs, which was kind of in the '90s, really kind of mid '90s, um, early mid '90s. This was one of the first CDs that I went out and bought, and it was one of the ones that I played a lot at that point in time. And I know Hootie and the Blowfish, it's kind of like they're really big mainstream hits, then they become kind of cliche, and then they become the butt end of jokes and all that kind of stuff. But I'm the kind of person that once I like something and really dig it, it doesn't necessarily fade for me. So you know, I thought this was awesome when I picked up the CD way back then, and when I saw this sitting on the shelf the other day, I thought it was just as awesome then too. So it had a lot of mainstream hits like "Hold My Hand" and "Let Her Cry." Um, "Only Want to Be with You." I hated that song back then. I still hate it now. So see, I'm very consistent in liking and hating stuff over the course of decades. Um, but my favorite song off this album was always "Hannah Jane." Um, that was one I don't think necessarily made it as high on the charts as "Hold My Hand" and those others. But that's definitely my favorite song off of this LP. I remember listening to that in my truck all the time, and I absolutely loved that song. So yeah, it was really good to see that release that on vinyl. I should say pretty plain, no inserts, no anything, just vinyl in a white sleeve, which I actually put over to a poly sleeve. Only thing I did not like about it is you guys know I'm not a huge fan of colored vinyl. They went to this green marble type stuff, which I don't know, that's just not really, even that effect, that's just not fitting for Hootie and the Blowfish. I just don't know why they did that. But again, I tend to be more partial towards 180, 200 gram black vinyl. That's what I tend to love. But I was just glad they reissued it, and I'm not going to complain, at a very cheap price too, which is good. Gary Moore, "Victims of the Future." Another nice pickup here. This is just kind of Gary Moore in his hard rock guitar days. Very much on the same lines of Corridor, his other album that I really, really love. And then last but not least, a nice $6 pickup for a brand new copy of Miles Davis, "Miles Ahead." So that's another good pickup there. So again, all that stuff on sale, that was a very good pickup. These sitting over here too. Let me show you some of the CDs that were also 50% off. So these were some very good pickups. Rat, "Invasion of Your Privacy." Very awesome there. Of course, this has, "You're in Love" and a bunch of things on there, but I always like to point out the song "Lay It Down" off of this album, because, in my opinion, the greatest guitar intro solo any song ever is on "Lay It Down" by Rat. I know it's probably sinful to say that out loud, but it's just what I think. Nina, "99 Luft Balloons." Another 80s classic. Paul McCartney, "All the Best." Been wanting to get a copy of this for quite some time, but was not willing to pay $10 for a used CD here. But again, $3, I take it. And some good metal pickups here too that were also 50% off. Death Angel. That was a nice pickup. Exodus, "Pleasures of the Flesh." Again, brand new copy for $3, which was awesome. Exodus, "Fabulous Disaster." Another great pickup. Bonded by Blood. And a great $2 pickup. Bullet Boys. I love this album. One of my favorite 80s hair band albums, mainly because of the song "Smooth Up In You." I mean, just great 80s guitar rock, or 80s hair metal, I should say. Testament, "Dark Roots of Thrash," 2 CD set. Again, $2, another fantastic pickup addition to the Testament collection. And the one and only, my boy Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons. Been wanting to get this CD for quite some time, but again, just was not willing to pay $10, $12 for it. So, love Frankie Valli. Love the Four Seasons period. You know, and this is one of those strange ones too that, you know, I've always kind of liked the Four Seasons, and you know, I've always liked Frankie Valli, but I'm trying to think of that other. Never mind. It'll be a whole other story anyway. I'll come back to it later. So those are the CDs that I picked up. So those are kind of the new finds and all that good stuff. I'm also working on another artist box set, much like the Kiss thing that I did. Almost have it completed too, so maybe the next week or two I'll be showing you a video and kind of sharing that new box set. And I did the same thing that I did with the Kiss. I took all my records by this artist and I sold them and bought all the new reissues, and you know, just kind of going through that same process, so that'll be kind of interesting. But yeah, like I said, I've been cleaning out my collection, selling off a lot of stuff, and then, you know, using that to buy new stuff. And I do have a stack here of things that I'm currently selling, and I'm going to be going through my collection probably this afternoon actually, and pulling out more stuff I'm going to be getting rid of. So just in case anyone's interested, here's some things that are still for sale right now, because the stuff has been going fast. I actually sold, what, that was 6, 7, 8, I sold 9 albums on eBay last night. So I mean, this stuff has been going really fast, which is nice because it keeps the coffers full. But here's what I got going out right now. Napalm Death, Scum. This is the 87 UK first pressing. Pretty good condition, plays really clean. As you can see, when I bought it, didn't have the original cover, but still it's that original 87 UK pressing. Also selling I'm a Robot, Another Man's Treasure. I bought this brand new. It's in mint condition. It's just, I've only listened to it twice and don't really see myself listening to it again, so decided to get rid of it. Same thing here at Gravedigger. Bought this brand new, listened to it a couple of times, and just not something I'll probably spin again, so I'm getting rid of that. So that's in mint condition as well. Gorefest, Rise to Ruin, 2 LP set, red clear vinyl. Again, bought it brand new, so perfect condition there. Now here's one I actually have on eBay right now too. Actually, these next couple I do have on or 3 or 4 I have on eBay. But this is a great record. It's one that I like, but I just kind of figured there's probably more stuff I'd rather have in my collection with the money that I could get from this album. So I've decided to sell my sealed copy of Marilyn Manson, Mechanical Animals. So this is a sealed mint copy. I've never taken this out, never opened it up. And you know, right now I have this listed on eBay, and I think I'm the second cheapest one, if not the cheapest one, located in the States, and I have it listed for $189. And I've already gotten a couple of decent offers for it too. So yeah, this is a very great album, and again, it's just kind of a value thing, you know. There are other things I'd rather have than this, having, you know, $150 albums sitting on your shelf. That. But anyway, so that's one that's up for sale. Another good one, Iron Maiden's Brave New World. Now, I recently purchased the Record Store Day reissue, and I was, you know, pretty happy with that copy. And as I mentioned before, I'm more partial to black vinyl. So the fact that the reissue was on black vinyl, I decided to sell this original pressing, which was done on a picture disc. And again, I just rather have, even though this one may be a little more valuable, I'd rather have the black vinyl copy than the picture disc. So I decided to go ahead and sell this. So for someone who's always wanted one of these, this is a good opportunity as well. And both LPs, of course, are picture disc. Stalingrad by Accept. This is a sealed copy. I got a VCLT of this a couple years ago, which was a very, very awesome, and I already had my own copy. So I decided, you know, I've had 2 copies for a while. I'm going to keep the VCLT. I'm going to sell my copy, and so here it is. So brand new, still sealed, 2 LP, red, Accept Stalingrad. Another good one too that I've put up gotten a lot of attention on eBay so far. Just haven't gotten the price that I actually wanted. Brand new, The Devil and the Gods, blah blah blah. Now there's a reissue of this on black vinyl, but this is kind of the more sought after copy that is on white vinyl. Which again, I'm not a big fan of colored vinyl. And this album to me is kind of okay. You know, it's not the greatest thing in the world to me, so I figure between the value that it's sought after and me not being as crazy about the album, you know, a song here or there. Got that one up for sale too, mint condition all the way around. I just got an offer this morning on this one. Mates of State, Bring It Back. So if this one doesn't go with the counter offer that I sent, it's still available. Sealed copy of Slash. Never opened this one up. So another one that's up. Another really good one here, not the easiest to find. Typo Negative, Dead Again. 2 LP set. Again, one I have not listened to that much. I know it's a pretty valuable find, and this one is 2 LP on the very bright green vinyl. So that's another one that's not very easy to find that I decided to go ahead and purge out of my collection. Should get something pretty good for that. As well as this one too. I'm Having Fun Now by Jenny and Johnny. This is on clear vinyl. You know, it does have still has the poster and everything. As you can see, the sticker, price sticker, pulled off a bit off the hype sticker, but of course it's still on the shrink, so the cover is mint. Yeah, perfect condition there. So that's another one that's not as easy to find. And these typically flow for somewhere around $35 to $50. They sell pretty regularly at that price on eBay. So, Post-War by M. Ward. Again, bought that brand new. Only listened to it a handful of times. And the exact same thing with Rogue Wave Permalite. Just not one that I spend that much. Mint condition, everything's great there. TV on the Radio. I've only listened to this one twice since I bought it. It's okay, but just not something, again, I'll spend on a regular basis. Dinosaur Jr., Where Have You Been? I'm gonna go ahead and purge that one. I have the CD, so I think that'll do me good enough. And last but not least, Interpolactics. Kind of the same story as all the others there. Bought it brand new, spun it a couple of times. Good songs. I mean, it's a decent album, but just again, not something I ever get a desire to listen to over again. So, all right. So anyway, there you go, VC. Just kind of sharing a few updates as well as what I'm purging. And the more I purge, the more I'll have more things to show you, and so we'll kind of go from there. But thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. If you're interested in anything there, have stuff that's on your trading block or anything of that nature, shoot me a PM, let me know, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, take care, guys. Great seeing you as always.